Will the real Wendy please stand up? I repeat, will the real Wendy please stand up?
What up, y'all? This is Ladies Who KeKe.
What up, y'all? This is Ladies Who KeKe. My name is Dana B. As you can see, I am solo dolo today. Our good sister Cassie J has some things she had to take care of, and we didn't want to skip a week, so we're going to push through with this review, honey buns. So I'll be here to review Real Housewives of Potomac Season 6, Episode 3, Jiminy Crickets. I'm kind of confused as to why they chose that to be the title. After watching this episode, maybe they should have named it Zen Wen, but hey, it is what it is, honey. We're going to keep it pushing through. So they start off this episode talking about Robin. I mean, I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna run through it. So apparently, poor thing is tired, she lazy, she's unmotivated. The pandemic really got her in a funk. She is struggling to get up to get the boys ready for homeschool. Juan is, complaining how lazy she is. She got up to get one of the boys ready, then laid back down and waited like till last minute to get the other, her other son ready. And honestly, we heard about this during the pandemic, especially teachers saying that parents, can you please get your kids up at a reasonable time, make sure they eat before school so they can be ready for class. Obviously, they were speaking to Robin because she wasn't here for it. But yeah, that's all I got for Robin. I could care less, honestly, unfortunately. So next we have Giselle and Ashley meet for lunch. Ashley is telling Giselle, how we have a nanny now. It's going to be a great help, especially with the second baby coming. Giselle does have her concerns with Michael, and honestly, I feel her because Mr. Michael, has a history. So is it really safe to have a nanny in the house? What a predator. But Ashley says she trusts a man. Things are way better than it was last year, and they're good to go. Ashley did, though, and of course, the true Ashley fashion, told that Giselle what Miss Mia said at Karen's little event, how basically she did a whole 180 from the dinner where she was saying, oh my God, yes, Giselle, I think you have a great heart. But at the Karen's event, she said that Giselle's only a pretty face, and she doesn't think she has a good heart. Giselle says, this is shocking to me because Miss Mia been texting me and Robin quite often since that dinner, and she ain't bring none of this up. So basically, Mia's two-faced. Mia is two-faced. I try to give her the benefit of the doubt, try to give her a chance, because I thought she was down to earth. No, she is as fake as the body part that was injected in her body. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. Giselle does want to pamper or do a pamper party for Ashley because Giselle understands how it feels when you're pregnant, especially with baby number 2. And it's all about the baby. No one gives a crap about you. So that is nice. I'm happy to see Giselle show that she has a heart towards someone. Because Lord knows, honey. Ashley was like, well, I want Karen there because Giselle was not trying to invite Miss Karen Huger, but Ashley said that Karen has been very supportive and I really want her there, and she also wants Mia there as well. So that was nice. So we get back to Miss Robin. At this point, she's now at one of her warehouses. I think her mom's warehouse. I don't know, somebody's warehouse where she's shipping up her hats, and she got that hat embellished, I think it's called. She said she's been behind on her orders because she's been lazy lately and, procrastinating. So she's there. Her friend, we meet her new friend, Askala. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. She's very gorgeous. She's Ethiopian. Wendy also arrives to help ish. I don't know if she was helping, she just came there. Wendy arrives at the warehouse, nevertheless. And Wendy tells Robin that she wants to start a home essentials line. And her first product she wants to start selling is candles. In the little confessional, Robin was like, I'm surprised, Miss 4 Degrees, Miss Professor, Miss Political Commentator. Honestly, though, it is shocking. It's totally different from that field. You know what I mean? Especially when Wendy first came last season, she was so, yes, doctor, call me Dr. Wendy, 4 Degrees, yes, yes. And now she wants to sell candles. Cool. Hey, I'm not judging. It's just, I understand the shock value. It's like, oh, this is where you want to go? I would think you want to be a mayor of DC or something, but no, we want to. Okay, I'm not knocking nobody's hustle. It is a total different spectrum. You know what I mean? So Wendy does bring up Mia to Robin. Wendy tells Robin how all the stuff that she said about Giselle, about her having a pretty face, and how at Karen's event, Mia had her finger all up in her face, but she's saying, no, honey, she's lucky that I'm now Zen Wen. She is lucky I am now Zen Wen. Robin wants to bring up how she didn't really appreciate Wendy telling her to stop or to back off when they were at Wendy's dinner. Am I making sense? Let's start this over. Okay. So at Wendy's dinner, when she wanted to reveal her body makeover, and Karen and Giselle was going back and forth, Robin wanted to chime in a little bit, especially when Karen was going in on Giselle, calling her names and stuff. When Robin was trying to interject, Wendy was like, no, you don't get involved. So she was like, Robin, she was kind of shocked. She felt like, we supposed to have Giselle's back and you telling me to back off. It kind of seems as if you have Karen's back. But Wendy says, no, I didn't want no one to feel like they were being jumped upon at my house, which is true. Why do you have to fight Giselle's battles? Giselle's a grown woman with kids, honey. She's up there in them numbers. She don't need you to fight her battles. Well, obviously she expects that. We saw that last season when Robin didn't defend Giselle and Giselle felt some type of way. But at the end of the day, if it was between Giselle and Karen, Robin, stay out of it. I know you have nothing else going on. We know, but stay out of it, okay? Let's see what else. So then Candace has a FaceTime with her mom. She tells her mom that she's meeting up with Karen and she needs Karen to express she was wrong for defending Monique. We'll get into that because they actually do meet up. She also tells her mom how Chris is going to be her manager. Her mom was not feeling that at all because her mom is like, oh, really? You trying to basically allow this man to take over your life? Because her mom is fearful that Chris is going to try to take all her money and run her life rampant. So, mama's just trying to look out for Candace. But again, that's Candace's husband, child. So mama, you have to fall back, honey. Wendy does come to Karen's house. This was shocking, but I liked it. You know what I mean? Because we know that they're trying to mend their relationship from last season. Wendy comes to Karen's house to get marketing advice. She says that basically Wendy says that Karen will be the best person to get this advice from because she has successful businesses. And I really did like what Karen told her, or their interaction during this meeting. Karen asked really good questions like, who is your market and why should someone pick up your candle? These questions Wendy really couldn't answer. She's like, I don't know yet. So I kind of I like that interaction. You see Wendy's and some of her insecurities regarding her starting her business. So overall, I thought that was a good and I think it was a good and teachable moment, because a lot of people who try to start businesses, they can learn from that. Marketing, why should someone pick up your product rather than this product? You know what I mean? So that's important. And I thought that was really good, especially for their relationship. Mia, so we get to see a little more information regarding Mia. She has a son that's not with her current husband, but she says that the son's father and her have a great co-parenting relationship. The son's father and her husband are also really good. It's really good to see like grown people acting accordingly. They don't have all that drama, unnecessary drama, especially dealing with the kids. We also see that she has a strenuous relationship with her mother. She was raised in foster care because both her parents were addicted to drugs. And she wants to build a bond with her mom slowly but surely. You know what I mean? So that part, the human part, that's good to see some background with me. It kind of explains why she seems so superficial. Well, she kind of did say it. She said that, she was raised, she didn't have much. So when she got it, she was like, I'm going to get my money, honey. And I'm going to work it. And I'm never going back to poor ever again. So for that, kudos to you, girl. Karen visits Candace in her new house. They start off going down a little bit memory lane, how last season, how Candace says that, there's two important women in my life, my mother and Karen. Basically reminds you how close they were. Karen acknowledges how hurt Candace was because of the incident, both physically and emotionally. And Karen expressed that she was also hurt emotionally because she felt iced out when she took her stance that she's going to stay neutral. And she doesn't necessarily regret how she handled it because she can't change the past. Candace didn't like that. She started crying, her little tissue and stuff. And Candace says that Karen wasn't there for her when she needed her. Now, the thing that I'm seeing is, it's like we had Wendy, Giselle, and Robin was all pro Candace, like, no, we're icing out Monique. She don't need to be around us, da 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 da. For Karen to say, no, I'm not icing out Monique, Candace basically read that as, oh, you're siding with her. If you're not against her, you're siding with her, which means you're against me regardless. Even if I say I'm not against you, I'm not against her, I'm neutral, my name Bennett, I ain't in it. To Candace, if you were not for her and only her, then you were with the enemy. And that is high school, unfortunately. I'm not trying to take away Candace's experience, but it just shows how immature she still is. Now, it could be that she thought Karen of high regards, like, this is like a second mom to me, or aunt to me, and I need my aunt, my mom, my second mom to have my back. She's failed to realize, though, is that this is not, her little incident wasn't with a stranger. It was also with Karen's friend, which was your friend, Monique. Of course, Giselle, Robin, and Wendy on the side, because they didn't like Monique in the first place. So for you to expect Karen to be with the pro Candace team, that's why we're in this predicament that we're in now. Candace says that she has to trust Karen again, and Karen respects that. She says we could take it one step at a time. So when Karen leaves, Candace basically says she doesn't trust she will never trust or doesn't trust Karen, and we're going to keep it cordial, and that's that. So honestly, obviously, it's not going to be back to normal like that because Candace was hurt. So hopefully one day y'all get back to that good old good place that y'all were in. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived to the dramatic scene of the episode. So, Ashley's appreciation party, hosted by Giselle. She hosted it at a nice little spa where the ladies get little manis and pedis and massages and facials and all that good jazz. Everyone came. Everyone was invited. Even Ascala, me was there. The whole gang was there. Okay? They started off playing a baby bump game. Guess who's baby bump? The ladies sent their baby prego pictures to Giselle. Giselle blew it up. And then they had to guess whose baby bump it was. It was cute. After the game, Karen asked Mia, is everything okay with you and Wendy? Wendy expresses to Mia that she really didn't care for her putting her hands in her face. And don't ever try me like that. Honey, when Miss Wendy said that, I said, oh, the authoritarian has arrived. Okay? Wendy expresses that, Mia says that she talks with her hands and you can't tell someone how to act. The whole get your hands out my face thing, obviously that's a coined phrase for this franchise because I remember Robin said it to Ashley, I believe. Last year, of course, Candace and Monique, get your hands out my face. What you gonna do, drag me, Bill? Like the whole hands in the face situation. It does depend. Like if I talk with my hands, I'm in my space, I'm in my bubble, so I could do that. Just like Robin says, this ain't talking in your face. This is having my hand in your face. That's when Robin has some personality, honey. So yeah, it does make a difference. It does. If I'm not in your space with my hands, okay. But if I'm in my space and I talk with my hands, girl, back up. To me, this is where, honey, things got... Wendy came to be a reality star at this point. So she tells me, I have time today. We was at Karen's house the first time you put your hands in my face, and I didn't want to disrespect Karen in her house. But we not there anymore. I got time today. TikTok, Mia. That part, I'm just like, Wendy came to be a reality star. She wanted to the ante because there was no point for her to get that rowdy. Yes, two things can be right at the same time. Yes, Mia is two-faced and fake. And yes, Wendy, you're doing the most. I'm just saying. So Mia tries to explain the situation to Giselle. She tells Giselle that Wendy's upset that I was praising you at her dinner, but then she feels I shaded you at Karen's house. Giselle tries to interject, but that went nowhere because Wendy and Mia just kept going at it. Wendy did tell Mia that every 10 seconds you putting your foot in your mouth. I will concur with that because she does. And Mia says that Wendy is clearly unhappy at home. I don't like why Mia, that's her favorite line with Wendy. Oh, you're just mad at me because you're unhappy at home. Oh, you must have problems at home. Like, well, now that I think about it, I do think that Wendy is going too hard at Mia. I don't like Mia no more. I know the first episode I said I like her. I thought she was down to earth, but we realized that she ain't. She fake just like her face, bless her heart. But for Wendy to get this emotionally involved, it's just like, what happened to Zen Wen? Anyway, she brings Zen Wen up again. Now, Wendy's rebuttal, after Mia says that you're unhappy, you're clearly unhappy at home, Wendy's rebuttal was, well, no, you're unhappy. That's why you had to get your clip fixed. low blows. At this time, Mia though she was done with this, so she got up. She said, "I don't have time for small-minded people," and she proceeds to try to walk away. Wendy says, "You're dismissed, honey. You're dismissed." So now Mia done left that room, went to a different room where she saw Ascala, Ashley, and I think Karen went out there with her. That's what she says. For someone who's for women's empowerment, Jiminy Crickets. Which is why we got the title of this episode, which I thought that was a dumb title because of that one line. It should have been called, this episode should have been called Zen Win, okay? Giselle tells Wendy, though, she needed to let Mia talk. Wendy, I don't know, she tried to defend why she was going at Mia, but it really didn't. It didn't add up to all this smoke you were charging towards her. It didn't add up. But Wendy does say in her little confession that she was sticking up for Giselle. So for Giselle to come at me like that when I'm sticking up for you, I guess the loyalty is one-sided with Giselle and Robin. I feel like the way that Wendy is acting this season, I kind of figured this was going to happen. I don't know. It's just, she's different this season. Granted, we only saw her last season, but she's totally different. Maybe by season 3, we'll find out who the real Wendy is. Will the real Wendy Osafo please stand up? Please, because we don't know who was this. Let's see what else. So, even after all was said and done, how Giselle found out that Mia's calling Giselle just a pretty face, and her talking, being flip-flopper, she and Robin still admitted to Ashley that she wants to get to know Mia outside of Karen and Wendy. So while they're having that conversation, Ascala tells Karen that she heard that she drinks heavily. In true Karen fashion, she makes up whatever excuse. She says that she doesn't drink heavily. She just drinks when she's having parties. It's an excuse. Because the lady said, well, are these party of one parties? I mean, Karen don't want to admit that she alky. Bless her heart. Also, Mia finally admits that she met her husband as a stripper, not just at a strip club, but as a stripper. And then she's going to say, well, it was more like a gentleman's club. We're not really like showing too much skin. We wear long ball gowns. They're there for our company and our time. And I think Giselle was like, you mean like an escort? Mia, you could try to pretty it up, put it in a bow, put some glitter on it. Girl, you was a stripper. You was doing something strange for some change, okay? And it's okay, boo. It's okay. You had to do what you had to do. And then it ended with Ascala saying a prayer for Ashley to have a safe and healthy delivery. So this episode, had some chaos, but it ended with a prayer, so I can appreciate that. But it was a good episode, though, overall. It should have been called Zen Win, honey. Zen Win, I don't know. Maybe this season last season we got Professor Win, and this season we got Zen Win. I'm excited to see what next season going to bring, okay? So that's all we got, though. Till next time. Bye, guys.